Okay, let's get the stream started by booting up Skyrim. There it goes. Now, I discovered something interesting last night, which is the reason I'm going to explain eventually. But one of the I discovered something interesting last night. I don't know if it's Special Edition or Special Edition Script Extender. I would imagine it's base because of consoles. And I get the feeling that Special Edition was built for consoles. I don't know if Fallout 4 has the same feature, but if you have an ESP in your list, and I mean any ESP in your list that has another ESP as a master, and that master ESP is disabled in your mod list, it will still be loaded because another mod you've got in your mod list, for example the Dual Sheath Redux patch, which needs pretty much every mod in your list, will need it. However, so it will completely disregard your load order to ensure that it doesn't crash on loading the menu. Now, that's actually a good safety net. However, there is also a case where makes it a bit of a bitch to update a mod that you've just added scripts and quests and etc. to. Yeah, one way you need to fully reboot it to make sure everything works properly, because you just can't trust it to update properly. Now, that was a bit of an... I mean, it's a good safety net, because otherwise it would crash when you load it. But, are you wondering why the hell I encountered such a weird bug last? Feature. I would call it a feature, because it is technically a feature. It is one of those things where I can see the genuine use for it. It's not like one of these things where it just exists for the sake of existing. But, so there's that. However, that's not really what I want. I'm late because I finally, and I do mean finally, it took several weeks, much longer than it should, and the dungeon feels a lot bigger in the creation kit than it does in game. But I finally finished adding a small quests and a small dungeon to my large ship mod, the Calamari. Basically, that thing I got Speed Miner from? Yeah, that. And no, Speed Miner's not changing. That's the nature of it as a utility tool means it's not changing. Also, look at it. Look at it from this angle. They look like hinges, don't they? Turns out, when I place these chests in the little dungeon, every single one was the wrong way around. Because that looks like a lock hole. That looks like the front, because there's no evidence that that's the back. And that looks like the back, because they look like the hinges. From a low-res creation kit angle. I mean, I think that's supposed to be a lock hole. Maybe? Who knows? But I got them all the wrong way round. That was just one of quite a few little goofettes I did. Another little goofette I did, and I'm not too proud to admit it, but I'm going to admit it anyway, because you've got to admit your mistakes, is one of the doors was supposed to be locked, so basically you couldn't progress without a certain key, which you would have got for killing a mid-boss, basically. Nothing wrong with that, but I forgot to lock the door. I believe I locked it before I linked it. Then linked it, which removed the lock, because it was only on one door, and, well, you know what happens when you do that. So, of course, that door wasn't locked either. Something I forgot to put an activate trigger on, so it didn't activate the way it was supposed to. So that was pretty embarrassing as well. Turns out you need an SEQ file for any dialogue to work, and the only real way to get them is to use Xedit, which makes them like half a second. But you need to update that every time you change even the slightest bit of dialogue, so just keep that in mind. just something to remember. I mean, one of the few things that worked perfectly the first time was the nav mesh, which I'm surprised. I didn't expect it to. I expected some of the little holes to be pushing it a bit. Some of the little areas were a little tight, and I was imagining they would be pushing it a little. But yeah, so it all mostly works now. Non-voice, because, well, I initially dabbled with using my own voice, at least for the captain, but turns out making a fully voiced follower is either a complete scripting nightmare, or a lot of effort. It's a lot of effort regardless, because it's a lot of lines you've got to add. So it's either a scripting nightmare, or you have to gorilla it into an existing script quest, which is something I cannot in good conscience do. Anyone who thinks, yes, I should change a vanilla-ass record when I've got an alternate, for something that's very commonly used, should not be using it. You shouldn't. If you're going to use a record that loads of things use, don't change it, whatever you do. Because it required. Because the only guide I could find didn't tell you how to script your own one. No. It told you to get the follower dialogue, which is essential to how followers work. You had to basically gorilla it into the initial one, and it was. I couldn't in good conscience allow myself to do that because it's so bad. That is the worst modding practice. That's some of the worst modding practices I've seen. It's above the never. Sometimes it's the only solution, and when it's a minor thing that you're pretty confident if no mods use, like for example, Speed Miner has always been gorillaed into an existing level list. I've never felt bad about it because I can't really think of much that actually edits the vanilla pickaxe lists. So, it's something that's unusual enough. The only thing I can actually think of is Legacy of Dragonborn, and I should probably make a patch for that. But yeah, this is one of those things that you never delete a vanilla record. You can move vanilla world assets, but never delete it and try never to change it. Keep all changes to anything vanilla a minimum, just to ensure compatibility. Because some things you can't avoid changing. Nav mesh, but nav mesh is a weird one. It does seem to actually like to work together. It's not as fussy as other things. Because I think it was designed with that in mind. Pretty misfire. So yeah, there's all that. Worked third time out, which was annoying because nothing ever works the way you want it to when you're on a time schedule, which of course I was. I hope to be finished before 1 o'clock in the morning. No, you're not allowed to do that. No, you've got to wait. No, it's going to take you to 3:30. Because it didn't want to cooperate. First of all, I didn't know about the sec file. You have to have that. Otherwise, dialogue just flat out doesn't show up anymore. So, I had to generate that. I was finding the information on that, and word of advice, if you see Arthmore say anything, his advice always works. I've never seen his advice fail. Because, if it's actually the same problem you're having, Arthmore's advice always works, because Arthmore actually knows what he's doing, and has actually been in contact with Bethesda developers, especially regarding the SEQ file. You know, and he also knows which is the best way to do it. I mean, let's face it, if you make the unofficial patch mod, you've got to know what you're doing. So, thanks to Arthmore's help, I managed to get that old post from about 2016. Or was it? No, it was 2012. It was a really ancient post. But thanks to Arthmore's help, I at least got that fixed pretty quickly. It only took about most 5 minutes. You know, finding the information took longer than actually getting it done, which was quite funny. But yeah, so there was that. That's all. So that's all the generic dialogue I added to just the shit crewmate. Yeah, the crew. That all worked fine. Even the weird conditions I added, one of the Smith's dialogues that you can only get after you've done the quest and picked up a certain item. But the captain's dialogue. Oh, holy hell, that was a mess. Damn near, and it wasn't every line. Give it credit, it wasn't every line. Also, I don't know why that exists, because because it's all open by default. But anyway, damn near every line, apart from one or two that had a few conditions that were clearly working. This includes all the follow-up dialogues, like when you say something and then it's the next line, like, say, do you want to go on a quest? And you get yes or no answers. Those answers were showing up as well. Turns out those tagged, but everything showed up. So the conditions weren't working, and for some reason everything, even the link dialogue, was tagged as a header dialogue, which meant that it showed up on the base menu. So, okay, got those, had to fix them. I mean, I checked the quest was working first. Turns out that it wasn't giving the final reward. Turns out I know why. I actually forgot to add the script fragments to that last stage to actually advance the quest, because I'm a complete derp. You know, I am so useless at times. This is what happens when you rush the thing in the middle of the night and don't have a clue what you're doing. Because, let it just be known that I wrote the entire quest in one night, a few days ago. You know, I don't know why, I just did. I wrote the whole thing in one night. So there was that going on, which probably resulted in quite a few of my derpy decisions. But that wasn't the worst thing now. Turns out apart from the very first stage quest, stage of the quest, check, condition, none of the stage quest conditions were working. Not one. So, I had to come up with my usual creative solution and stuff. Basically, using something for not its intended purpose, but it's still a clean, in a mod-friendly way. It's still a clean way. It wasn't I didn't guerrilla or anything. I just did it the way that it wasn't supposed to be done. I did it in a way that just because I did it in a way that wasn't the accepted way. Basically, I tied pretty much all the conditions to items you had to pick up to get to that point. And unless you're really, really weird, you wouldn't drop either. Like, for example, one of the condition checks is tied to the key you have to go through the door into the final area. Now, that sounds pretty self-explanatory, doesn't it? Now, of course, some weirdo is going to drop it and that dialogue chain's not going to show up. And of course, some dialogue is tied to that you not having that key, because for some reason it wasn't going away at any point. Which is odd, because it was like, it should have, because it was tied to a specific area, but who knows. Oh, oh dear. Let's ignore. Nope. But yeah, I came up with I find a solution, I find a way around this. You know, I can't script for shit. Everything I got script-wise was taken from the Benduolo tutorial. Which, if you want to do anything other than the exact same quests, does have its flaws. You know, it does have its flaws if you don't want exactly the same quest. You know, basically a go here, kill this, grab item, return. Because that's all it does. And the guide isn't the best thing ever.
Who sent you here? I was expecting someone like me, at least. Can't you tell just from looking at me? That's you want another whole story.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
My family used to live on. By the way, my name is Sarah. Good to meet you.
Yep, there we are. Blah blah blah. Leave London. That's why that door exists. Because it locks you out from going back. Don't like can't just be closed in the first place, though. But no, it's all working now. I'm quite happy that my very first ray into custom weapons worked. You'll see that quite before I actually find the playable version, because, well, I did add. Originally, I decided, okay, it's just going to be an NPC weapon, but no, it was a. I decided to make it playable, get you a playable one as well, just not as good. Also, do you have to revive El Nudo? Like, really? But. And it was created with the power of Body Slide, because for some reason Body Slide is the best mesh editing tool for any Bethesda RPG. I don't know why, but it is. Nifscope is very much 50-50 whether it will work. Body Slide seems pretty much guaranteed as long as you don't make a massive cock-up. And it is a powerful tool, contrary to popular belief. You know, it's not just for making armors. It is actually really good for. It is one of the best. You know, it is one of the best mesh editing tools. It can even be used to convert meshes between games pretty reliably. Because it does work for Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Strangely, I don't know if it works for Oblivion though. I never bothered checking. Oh, come on, fucking misfire. Well, that was some derpy nav matching, just ran straight into a wall. Oh no, it's Skelly. I also had some lighting issues on the first run. Everything was too bright. I mean, like everything. So I actually had to use the special Dawnguard dark lighting, because for some reason Dawnguard's lighting is ridiculously dark. Like, ridiculously so. It's the only thing in Skyrim that doesn't have, like, ridiculously bright ambient light all the time, though. Because, oh, for some reason, like every vanilla Skyrim light has like way too much ambient lighting. You know, because let's face it, I can't detail dungeons for shit. I don't have the weak. You know, I don't have that eye. So I don't want like people to see like all the ceilings in full detail. Because let's face it, why would you want to? Because that just shows the repetitiveness of the kit asset of. You know, that is a bad thing. You really should try and hide that, because there's only 2 different ceiling destroyed assets for Nordic Ruins. That's it for ceiling assets. And caves have even less. Caves are pretty much just the basic kit, and any pillars or boulders you shove in it. You know, which gives it a bit of height and texture. But you don't want to overuse anything, because otherwise you start to see that everywhere as well, which is also not a good thing. But I know my eye is bad, so I decided to just keep it a bit darker, and you know, set the mood with lighting and just what little deco I can do, rather than relying on what decor I can't do.
It's so good to breathe again. Even in this weather, it's better than a cave.
Now, so Kudos is right behind me, which means that thing in the fucking middle of nowhere. Might as well do an Overwatch keep on there, but you know, because Castle Volkihar is up there. You know, it is pretty much right next to it, actually. Weird. Oh, I know what I'm going to do now. You're right next to a cliff. You're going off. That's Serrano. Fighting the Cryo. Yep, Cryomancer. It's fire versus ice. Odd spot. I didn't think NPC encounters happened on the side of mountains. Creature encounters, sure, but like people encounters seems a bit rare. Off you go. Serrano will find a way back up. My fat fingers. And yes, that is a vanilla map icon. No, I couldn't believe it at first either. Whee. Splat. This one doesn't actually have the upper floor. Which means this is actually, I believe this must be a new asset for Dawnguard game, because the vanilla one has an upper floor. That would have been really jarring if when the whole of the Division was destroyed there was an upper floor, right, wouldn't it? But no, hiding with darkness is a good thing, but for some reason the creation kit's lighting is a lot darker. And I think this was the case with Fallout 4 actually as well. The creation kit's lighting is a lot darker than the vanilla than the in-game lighting is. Yeah, I don't want to mark that place. I'm going to back up to fucking Dimolo. How the How in the name of hell did I get... Oh wait, the exit to Dim Hollow's like over here. That's it. its exit's nowhere near its entrance, because Dawnguard was sort of badly glued onto the original, like, vanilla world. You know, it was just shoved in places that nothing else was in. It is a very, very weird thing. It's so weirdly done, Dawnguard. I mean, technically, I think it was their first attempt into having a fully standalone DLC. Because, no, Knights of the Nine was. And Knights of the Nine was better implemented than Dawnguard. Dawnguard's just a mess. I mean, without a doubt, Dawnguard is one of the biggest messes I've ever seen. It has so much... The only thing it doesn't break is the deleting a vanilla asset. It's about the only crime it doesn't commit. It commits most others. It's just badly... It is kind of guerrillaed. It's... You know, it's left all the manner of test cells in that serve no purpose. I'm not seeing any Stormcloakians. I'm seeing their hearses, but I'm not seeing any Stormcloakians. Judging by the mess, I would say that I've been through here and ate them all. But as a beast. But no evidence suggests otherwise, but also no evidence suggests that's exactly what happened. I didn't just kill them all and they all despawned. You know, best evidence would be memory, but that don't exist. If it gets committed to my long term, I can recall it years later. But if it goes into short term, that's it. It's gone. It ain't coming back. My short term memory is fucking atrocious. Why did an ore just fall from a tree? Why? Why did an ore fall from a tree into a boat and only just land on the boat? Like, why? Why did the ore fall from the tree? That makes no sense. That makes no sense at all.
Thank goodness. I've been wandering alone for so long. I was kidnapped by these bandits weeks ago. They locked me up in the tower of the Mistwatch. I managed to pick the lock and slip out while the guards slept, but now I'm completely lost. Can you help me, please?
Yes, sure, there's a town nearby in that direction.
But I should be fine now that you've shown me the way. But those bandits have to be stopped. They're at Mistwatch. Here, let me show you.
While running up, she must have seen Solitude. I mean, how can you miss it? I mean, unless you run like this all the time, in which case how does she even see me? I mean, it's not exactly hard to miss, is it? You gotta love the logic. You'd think that, I guess this must count as wilderness. I mean, you can't see Morphol's tragic shitness from here, so... Oh look, a troll! Damn elder trolls, you see. Also, Serana will find her own way in time. For some reason, her following AI is really, really bad. She has a fucking combat role too. I only saw it for the first time yesterday. Because for some reason she sneak modes when you aren't sometimes. You know, her AI is different to that of other followers. And, well, turns out she has a combat role. You know, she has the little sneak roll. Don't know why, she just does.
take you to any port on the coast. The one with the ruined castle? Don't you know that place is cursed? Even seasoned sailors steer far around that place. I'll take you as far as I can, but I'm not hanging around, and it's gonna cost you extra.
Easier than running there.
Climb on in and let's get this over with.
It's his boat. The one that he isn't sat next to.
May not look like much. My boat can get you there faster than walking.
That was a weird angle. I think his boat may have moved. Or for some reason his seat is in a really unusual spot. Let's get rid of Serana, because she isn't exactly subtle. She does like to spam magic every which way. Isn't the most subtle of followers. One thing I did notice while doing doing a little dialogue was that dialogue is actually piss easy to add. As long as you set the conditions up right, it is piss easy to add.
Here we are. Ready to go in? This is it. Home sweet castle. It's something, alright.
This isn't like everything else.
Hey, so before we go in there, fine, don't worry about it. When we get in, you won't have to babysit me now.
Open the gate. Lord Hart, great man. Let's show him the proper respect.
This is one of those, but thou must. You could theoretically actually kill all the vampires off right now. But it's a but thou must case where you can't. Everyone's essential for this scene.
How dare you trespass here? What? Serana? Is that truly you? I cannot believe it.
How can I trespass here if the guard let me in? Either you need to fire your guard or I'm allowed here.
Serana has returned.
I guess I'm expected.
I can't believe it.
Look at that complete lack of manners.
Daughter returns at last. I trust you have.
They're an asshole even when you join them. That's why I never join them, is because they're always assholes about it. Oh, and there's another thing you must do while here, and that is take everything of value, like strip the place. Grasping fortune in order to rise. With climbing around easy. Arrow shook woman. Physical bandar. Healer's tail. Zealotry. If it moves, take it. Anyway, when you come back, it might have respawned.
For my daughter's sake, you have my gratitude. Tell me, what is your name? I am Harkin, Lord. By now, my daughter will have told you what. Perhaps you should. I count some. For centuries we lived here, far from the cares of the world. All that ended when my wife. You have done those but one gift I can give.
And here comes the moment when you first play Dawnguard. You're either going to be impressed or you're going to laugh your ass off.
Take it and you will walk as a lion. Yes, I can smell it on you. The power of my blood will purge that film. I will banish you from this castle. Perhaps you still need
Here it comes!
the power.
Now, I was definitely in the laugh camp when I first saw it, because, oh bloody hell is that embarrassing. Look at it! It's just ridiculous!
That I offer.
I don't want to be that. I don't want to be a member of this awful court.
I banish you.
I mean, I could have put a bolt in his head the second I stepped through the door, but no. Plot says I can't. Meet Monkey Man. Also, I don't know what's up with this boat, but it has a full. I think it's actually an activator around the boat. I don't think it's a boat door. I think it's just an invisible door, like a brick that goes around the boat. Because the actual boat mesh, unless it's like a special one, the actual boat. Yeah, I think it's an activate brick around the boat rather than an actual boat mesh. Because my boat door on my ships uses the standard robo model, which only works if you actually have Dawnguard, which added an activate trigger to it. Ironically, for the seating down. Really? I can go in the back door? I did not know that. I always thought it was like a perma-lock. I thought it was like a unique key. I didn't realise it was just a master lock. See, and that's the beauty of Skyrim. And pretty much all Elder Scrolls games is no matter how many times you've done it. Why is the Idiot Brigade in here? I didn't want their useless help. Because guess what? They're going to alert absolutely everyone in sight. Because they're thick as shit. And they're equipped like ass. You know, the Falmer are in Elven, which is better than their crap. And Glass, which is considerably better than their crap.
What are you doing that for?
These are pegged by the door, actually. No. No, it isn't actually. I can't remember where that key is. Yeah, I'm not picking 4 bloody master locks just to get these idiots out.
Is someone there?
And because of unstealthy idiot brigades here. Why would you choose to fight? Just why? And only the Argonian made a run for it by the looks of it. You can see why they're the smart ones, can't you? No, the Argonian's here. He just took his sweet time. I notice he only arrives when he's going to win. See, the Argonians are the smart ones. I always said the Argonians were the smart ones. They don't want to call them mere beasts, but the reality is they are the smartest creatures in Tamriel.
I'm here. I knew I'd find you. What in the world? There's no time.
That's funny, if you go in through the main entrance, you can sneak in until you start a fight. But if you go through the back entrance...
We're getting Thorald back, no matter
The idiot brigade follows you.
What are you doing? I never thought I'd see another friendly face again. We need to get to safety as soon as possible. Let's move.
Come on, Forald. It's funny, if you're going through the back entrance, the idiot brigade follows you, which makes a stealthy assault all but impossible. And if you go in the main entrance, the stealthy assault's again all but impossible because just the volume of them is too high. Also, people complain about the paddle swords in Skyrim. I mean, yes, some of them like that one are a bit ridiculous. But the Elven Sword in Oblivion, oh, holy hell, that thing's a paddle. You could paddle a boat with it, it is that bad.
I cannot thank you enough for rescuing me from this place. But why would you risk your life for me? Of course, I should have known. Avelstein is behind you.
Avelstein's right behind you, yes.
Not here. Not in Whiterun.
You'd think if the Stormcloaks ones, these guys would show back up.
Fall in with the ranks of the storm. But would you do me a favor?
You know, just conveniently be guards in Whiterun.
I thank you again, friend. You've given me my life.
You know, maybe not named as such, but just like, psst, I know you. You know, just have like one or two of the guards be preset appearances that don't respawn. You know, or like in Riverwood, just have them show up somewhere rather than just have them disappear like they do at the moment. Because they are a bit, because this like whole rescue party just vanishes. They run away and just disappear. Wow, he's like a decent weapon. It's not the best weapon. I mean, Orcish isn't exactly what's the word for it? Good. Not another bloody misfire. Oh great, the subtle idiot brigades here. See, I can sneak attack those three hawkers before this idiot even gets him wrecked. That's just the back entrance. There's no point going in there. Steepfall Burrow starts there, and it's just the back. It's just the exit. You know, there's never any point going to the exit when you've already done something. Is he running across the water to get to me? Or is it really is that... Oh no, it really is that shallow. There we go. Now you're dead now. You dead now. Suma. Oh, so the key respawns, but the crate doesn't. I guess it's so the key can go back if you like havoc it away. It makes sense, but it's a bit weird when you go, because obviously the chests don't respawn. Not the mud crab. I wonder what killed that. No evidence of anything that killed it. I wonder what killed the mighty mud crab. Oh. Let me guess. No, it's not wolves. I am very, very surprised. Bandit infighting. Now I am surprised.
Hold. Now cast.
And yes, if you die to a hawker, you deserve what killed you. You deserve to die, because they are useless. I actually can't believe how useless hawkers are. I mean, they are slow. I mean, the only time they're actually not slow is in the water, where they are actually pretty speedy. But on land, if you get hit by a hawker, you kind of deserve it. Yeah, they're slow. I mean, I think they hit hard, but I don't think I've ever actually been hit by one, so I wouldn't know. You know, they are, like, that slow. I mean, trolls are slow and pretty easy to avoid, but hawkers, they're on a new level.
Hold. Now cast.
Also, I'm sure everyone knows. I'm sure I mentioned it last week, actually. I'm not going to do it again. That looks like a point of interest. You don't tend to see a little flag for nothing. Yeah, I'm sure I mentioned it last week. Wow, a week's flown fast. Can't mine it even if I wanted to, because I don't have no speed miner anymore. Because I had to completely remove it to make sure it worked. Just, bit of decor. Oh, that's a bit disappointing. I thought there might be a little more order. Takes many eggs, gets one.
Hold. Now cast.
A lot of foxes around. But strangely, no wolves. Could it be the very first time where I don't encounter a wolf? Swim, swim, zoom.
Now cast.
If I could name potions, I'd put... And boiling water was an ingredient, I would put canis root in boiling water and call it canis root tea. Just for... Or the Neloth brew. No, Neloth special brew. That would be it.
Hold.
Wait, did I see something on the foot? So I think I saw something yellow. No, it's just... Must have been that. Or that bush. It's funny, like, tide pool stuff. It's bloody everywhere on Solstheim, but absolutely nowhere on this coast. Like, you find the odd one, but you'd think it'd be far more common than it is.
Hold. Now cast.
That is unusual, not a single wolf. Load of foxes, but not a single wolf. It's nice. I like that. I don't like wolves.
Hold. Now cast.
I'll be so happy if I can never see a wolf again. It's such an overused and generic enemy. So I'm not seeing things.
The Dawnguard need to be taught a lesson. I pledged to aid Avelstein and Thorold a long time ago. There's nothing that could keep me from helping them now.
That explains what I saw. So I thought I saw someone just disappear in the water. Just dismissed it as a graphical glitch. Well, no. Like those banners stuck inside the side of the ship, that's just clearly a graphical glitch. But no, it's the Idiot Brigade. You know, for a port of harbour, they really are a bit lacking. You know, 3 ships does not constitute a port. You know, they could have had a few. They could have just had a few more generic little small boats just docked around, like plop, 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 and just had a few, just dotted around a bit more to make solid. Same with Wind Helmets, just have a few, just to make it a little more populated. It's also part of the reason I dumped this up here is because I knew that a lot of mods like to stick boats like there, like on the dock, so I decided to deliberately keep it a little further out. Yeah, so it wouldn't clash with anything. I don't have anything that sticks one here. And it is deep enough for it to go there, I make sure of that. I find it really, really stupid when a boat or a ship or whatever manages to get to a place it shouldn't be. Now, Captain's cabin, because, well, if she moves, she can be a bitch to find. Also, the bar does not work. I could not find it. You know, I think I mentioned that. It was either a gorilla. The bard is very much either a gorilla into a vanilla thing, or use fancy scripts, and I'm not convinced the fancy scripts work. That's the generic "you're a vampire" question. It's a one time only, I think. You know, it just explains why she's a vampire. You've got to wait for the conversations to fart out on their own, because Fusro Dal is a bit long-winded. Even though he's like, some of these are like the 449 set words. Now, I'm not going to ruin a little backstory. Oh, okay, I am. But, basically, you discover a little backstory through like your journals and shit. And some of her dialogue. She's not the most forthcoming creature. I should probably have to say Dovahkiin.
Speak.
Looks less awkward as well. It was going to be called like the Lost Expedition, but turns out that's actually a real quest in Skyrim. So, and she no longer has a key to this. This is the reward crate now. How the she was here. How? How did she get around?
Make it quick.
She tends to stick to the upper deck, her deck. Yes, he knocks this food everywhere. It's supposed to be not neatly piled, but
Need something?
And if you're a bit OCD, you can always pick the food up that falls off. That can be your portion. No, I'm here for a very specific reason. Now, I had to change this door because otherwise they would open it if they were ever gotten stuck in combat, which they shouldn't supposed to do, but they did. Changed the backstory a lot. Makes more sense now, at least. I should probably actually add a dialogue condition to Kira about this thing. And I think it... Oh, I think the question comes up in like the last few... No, it comes up in the post-quest one. Oh good, no one's knocked these off yet. And yes, the display cases, they work now. I'm not going to demonstrate because I don't want to lose my axe, but... sometimes you just gotta force your way through the door by running through it. I don't know what it is. These doors are just a little too... Actually, I'm just gonna note that down. Cause I can do that as like a last second thing before I release it. Library doors a little. Yeah, just so you don't get stuck on them as often. Because going through that way is fine. Going through that way you can get stuck if you're at the wrong angle. So if I raise them up a little, they still won't clip with this upper beam, but they won't like sew in that lower beam that they won't, you know. Yeah, I think I changed the collection of books around here to be a bit better as well. Just... I mean, they can only be vanilla because I don't have like a generic one. Oh, God, shame now. That was a good one. I love all the Oblivion City guides. I think they are funny. While Morrowind City guides are the driest things I've ever read. You know, they are so fucking boring. But yeah, it's all a bit neater now. This room's still a little low. I mean, my weapon is clipping through it, but my head isn't, so... Oh, you've got to be. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Let's stick a set of glass armor in here. Actually, I'm gonna just stick one set of glass armor in here. And then I'm going to the bloody museum to dump my load. Let's close that door. I say her bard dialogue does not work. Yeah, it just gives, you know, I use the dialogue just to give like a one-line backstory to just give him a bit of a reason. You know, make him more than just a cardboard cutout.
Need something?
Yeah, because there's no harm in ever having anyone as not cardboard cutout, is there? Skyrim. And I deliberately added that music because, well, it's one of the things I think of when I think of Homely and Skyrim together. And it also gives the impression that Jorah actually does shit while you're not watching her. Well, at the moment, I have it tied to the Half-Fire bards. I believe if you hire, I believe it's Oriella in the Pale House, whichever one that is, she might work. I don't know.
Hold. Now cast.
But that is a possibility. Looks like the guards are all still dead. Now, one of the things I'm happy that worked first time with my quest was the quest markers do work the way I wanted them to. Or at least the way I set them up. One stage is a bit dodgy. It was either do it the unusual way that I did it, or, well, heavy scripting.
Hold. Now cast.
And we all know how well that would have worked out, aka not at all, so... Hey guard!
Boy here, you're the one who gave Talmor a black eye.
Optionios. Mazek. That's your best favourite speed marker. I don't want to be picked up as an ancient Nord pickaxe. Because it does share like a lot. I don't know what it looks for. I think it looks for a specific item entry, but I don't want to be too sure. So, most useful tool ever made, speed miner. It was never designed to do damage. Anything that makes it do damage is something that won't happen in vanilla. You know, because basically anything that has a flat damage bonus to something will make it do damage. Because no matter what I do, it is tagged as a weapon, because otherwise it wouldn't work. Just display all the shit and look for Orion journals. That is a very bizarre note to need, because that actually is involved in the main quest. I'm not even going to pick them up because of that pointless. I might have already picked them up, I might not. I'm pretty sure... Or are they? No, I don't think they are. Or are they? I'm not sure. No, they can't be. There's just one that's in Solitude. It's like the shortest journey ever. That's it. I mean, just dumping all the books would do me a world of good, wouldn't it? So in this museum, few things in here really stand out apart from these chairs. I mean, the pillows, yeah, they do sort of stand out, but they're not too bad. I mean, they could just be a bit of ordinary luxury, but these chairs do stand out a bit. They just don't fit particularly well. I mean, you can always make the excuse that it's rather than like a Nord fashion, or even a Cyrodiilic fashion, it's sort of an Ultima fashion, because, like, well, Orion is an Ultima after all. You know, it doesn't stand out too bad. You know, I think that's one of the things Legacy does well, is it does integrate itself well. Oh, 19 new objects, that's not bad. I thought I'd be doing a lot worse than that. Says how long I've been here, though. Books. Don't. Ethereum Wars, you can never get rid of it. Book sort begun. I'm better saying book sort done. Yep. Necromantic healing, Sunfire. When did I pick Sunfire up? Going to use the safe house. Dump all my armour into the sell cart. I don't care if I get full price for it. I don't even care if I get a tenth of the value for it. I just want it gone. You know, it is just heavy garbage. You know, it is heavy shit. Ooh, Daedric shield. I'll keep that. Actually, no, because I make a dragon bone one. Fucking quarry node stuff weighs a ton. Still haven't built the guild house, clearly. Yeah, great, now I've got to find that soldier guard armor in this mess. I didn't mean to dump that. Because that is weirdly Solitude Guard stuff. No. Yes, and for some reason it counts. Even though the armour is light, the shield is heavy. Not that light heavy makes a difference on shields, mind. But the guard armor's light, but the gauntlets they wear is heavy. It's really weird. Oh shit! Fuck. Oh, Victoria's wedding band now. Oh great, I have like a bazillion potions I need to get rid of. Apparently not. Oh no, I have trillions. No. Alchemy gets truly ridiculous. I don't care if I don't make a single penny from these, because they are that. Because otherwise, you're just gonna you're gonna clear out every bloody town trying to sell all your alchemy crap. If you actually want to make money, alchemy is definitely the way to do it. Like seriously, I'm not kidding. It really is the ultimate way of making money. Apart from like a few really expensive ingredients, everything makes you a fortune. Like the salts and the Actually, I think that about it. Like Daedra hearts, that sort of stuff. Never use that in alchemy. That's just expensive shit. The schooner will make me money. That's because I accidentally ingested some of my shite. That saved a bit of weight. Must have like bloody dragon bones or shit like that. Anyway, that's my crap gone. Use it back on before I think I'm going deaf. I'm crazy. Yes, it even has diet stuff that shit there. Itchy hand. Yeah, I got about 30 minutes, should be able to get it done in that time. It is a short little quest test. Well, short if you are capable of dealing with the final boss, which is not exactly the easiest fight out there. Now, the next quest marker is a little... Well, actually, let's see if it actually... I don't think the next stage has one, because it's a bit of a dodgy quest. I don't think it has one. No, it doesn't. The next stage doesn't have a quest marker. Where is she? Below. See, this is why it's good to have a quest marker on her head, so she can find her. She does migrate around.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what you say, just saying I'm ready tells you how to do it. It's sort of a cruel little joke of mine.
Speak.
Now, you have to have her following you. It's a condition I made. Mainly because she's supposed to follow you for this bit, but I couldn't figure it out. So again, another special little system that I put in to guarantee that she's supposed to follow you. Basically, she has to be in this cell for her to say the next bit of dialogue, and you can't do that unless she's your follower.
Right behind you.
So it's a clever little way around it. You know, having a ship like this as private is... you're gonna be loaded. I've also deliberately kept her origin a bit of a mystery. You know, don't want to say what province she's actually from. I mean, chances are not from Morrowind. I mean, Morrowind are like hilariously racist to Argonians, but... So, just got a little bit of... little demo to show that, yes, I actually did bother to detail underwater. There is actually a full floor, there is actually boulders and shit. And there is actually a bit of loot in the ships as well. I think I went a bit overboard on this one, but... Hey, if you're crazy enough to go out to it, you deserve a good... you might actually drown trying to get to it. I don't know how long drowning is for water-breathing creatures. Followers won't go, much further than, this bit. I don't think I bothered nav meshing it, because underwater nav meshing is a right pain in the arse. And again, another ship, you're thinking, what the hell happened to this one? Boulders, ship split in two. Yeah, put a little bit of details. But there is actually a ramp out to this. I did put one in. The question is Kira still following me? Crap, no, there she is. She does actually follow. See? She might be stuck there. That might be too much for an NPC. There, give her a shove. NPCs seem to struggle a little more. And yes, even though I don't think there's any case of it happening in vanilla, pickaxes can be used by skellies. Oh yeah, and she has dragon shouts. She is well travelled. Pause the stream if you want to read it, or get them onto yourself when I actually release it in a few, later today probably. I've just got that little library door fix to do. Now some of these journals are serious, this one not so much. I tried to give a little history to this expedition that no one cares about. And again, you can see why I wanted darkness, because it is just kind of...
Anything else?
I did actually make sure there's no seams that you can see through, I did try and make... This bit isn't too bad, it's the Nordic ruin I really wanted to hide. This cave is actually is alright. I deliberately rigged it in such a way that, you can go off. There's a bit of light, natural light filtering down. There's also the the lantern, which is still burning because Skyrim logic. But no, it was this sort of place I wanted to hide the details on. Not clear whoever wrote that clearly didn't get very far, because the only map raft that made it out was Kalnari's, because, kind of joke that. These are supposed to be scaled, they aren't. It's just some high level, everything's going to be a bloody Death Lord. Another one I got the wrong way around and had to spin round. Fun fact. This tunnel, I detailed it in the way that Skyrim one would and put an invisi-wall up so you can't go through it. But fun fact, this tunnel does lead straight to the cave, does level out pretty much right, and it does come out pretty much right where the ship's docked. And there is actually, and I'm just going to demonstrate it, because why not? I'm just going to run down this tunnel. See, there's no detail beyond this point, but there is actually a tunnel here. And it's also a clever hiding spot. See that key? That's the reward. However, don't touch it, because I think it has... I could only figure out how to have a script it give you something that the quest is hooked up to, so take a key. But if you look, it comes out right here, which is where there's a little cave in. Just a little detail. It's just a little detail like that. I just think gives it a little character. Yeah, I think I even explain it in what I think it's her journal, which you don't know is her journal, but you can probably figure out it's her journal. Because like the whole thing is that, like, obviously I'm explaining this, but she's the one who originally hired this expedition. You know, figure it out if you want to. That was a fucking bitch to get to sit right. Making an NPC corpse havoc how you want it is a fucking bitch of a job. As you can see, this place is lit. It's just, I wanted the dark to try and accentuate some of the corners. Like, example, this dark corner, I wanted like torch lit, so it's like you can see just how overgrown this bit is, and which is why you don't. That bit's sort of caved in. It's because the roots have come through it, like in force. And it also hides like a lot of really awful design choices. That's another thing about the darkness. It does hide bad design choices. Now, because everything's a fucking Death Lord, just take all that. You know, no one mentions Kira by name. Yeah, that just gives a little going on. It's a functional cooking spit if you need food. See, I did think of survival mods. I did think of them. There is a cooking stand. There are beds in here. There's even a wood cutting block if you need firewood for whatever ungodly reason. Yeah, I'm not too happy with this, but it's the only mesh I could find that fit the purpose of a grill. Now this room, well, this is a thing I can't fix without like completely redesigning the room, and I don't want to do it, so they're just weird and they sleep backwards. But again, gives you, a bit of ruins to give the illusion the place is a lot bigger than it is, even though it isn't. It gives the illusion that the place is a lot bigger than it was. But yeah, you can see they're all sleeping backwards. It's an unfortunate necessity. The way the room's designed, they can only get off the bed one way, and well, I'm not a particular fan. Yeah, oh great, the key's probably gone flying. There's a key in here, that's why I came down here. There's no other reason to be in here. You can fully miss this room if you want to. Oh no, the key is gone. The key is gone. Okay, so the key is gone, it's only a master lock. I made sure of that because I knew that anytime you place a key physically in the world, especially around Dawnguard, there's like a 99% chance that it can go flying. So the key is supposed to sit here. Where it's gone, I mean, judging by the way the spread of books, the books have gone everywhere, so who knows? It's quite a large key, but which apparently it's vanilla size. So they just copied a vanilla key asset, because why would you use your own? But the key's gone flying, so I'm gonna have to break through this door on my own. Not really an issue. Pull that. Can't hear anything. That's the point. You're not supposed to. Again, another collapsed tunnel to sort of give the impression that it's bigger than it is. Storeroom. Again, the key will unlock this, but it's only an apprentice lock. You're thinking, there's not much shit in here, is there? Just a drawer, some urns. But wait, secret tunnel. Now, secret tunnel. Oh god, not look over weak. That's a bloody disarm. So I was so panicky. But no, there is booty in here. It sort of like makes up for being like less booty ever. There's nowhere near as much booty in here as there's the axe I mentioned. It is the exact same model as that. These were supposed to be neatly piled, but I think something moved them. Blah blah blah. But if you can see, as usual, there is the good practice of just in case something happens, there's always a door handle on the other side of the door just to let you through in case you get stuck. However, I'm just going to shut it to show you what it looks like, because I haven't actually looked at it like this. I think that's a blood splat hovering in midair. I have no idea. But, yeah, it's not like most of the door. You know, I tried to mirror this style. It didn't really work, and I put the urns there to show that it wasn't. Or try and hide it, really. But I don't think it worked. Yeah, I don't think it worked particularly well, but eh. I don't think those doors ever work well. I don't think I've ever seen one thought that's not a door. Oh. Yeah, of course, in the doorways there. And you're thinking this throne's fucking huge. Well, you'll see why in a moment. Now, I'm just going to point... I'll point out when we get there, actually. I hate Skyrim's lockpicking. Lockpicks don't even break! You must be a right heavy ham-fisted gorilla to break a lockpick. And even if you do, you're not getting it out. Well, there's no reason why this stub that you break off is even going to be, like, no use either. Ugh. I hate Skyrim's lockpicking, and this is when I found a bloody sweet spot. There's no responsiveness to it. It's not in there. You just have to get it lucky. But, you know, even if you broke the stem off a lockpick, you don't put any pressure on the pick itself. You could still use it with a broken off stub. Yeah, for some reason she doesn't actually go in a coffin. And now you see why that throne was so huge. Now, pointer note. Yes, all my dragon priests look like that. Oh, fuck off. That is why I quick saved. It's because I should have expected shit like that to happen. You know, in the initial barrage of shouts because I'm way too high leveled. So if you're quick, you might trigger over 4. You see her? I'm just going to make sure they're all... You know, because they're not all supposed to be so bloody... They're not supposed to all be fucking Death Lords. Most of these are actually supposed to be quote-unquote weak Droga. You know, or like easy. They're not like the bottom 2 ranks. They're not supposed to all be fucking Death Lords. Also, for some reason, her AI makes her really reluctant to attack. Don't know why. Good news is Kira's kind of a pretty good meat shield. I don't want to risk it, so come out the ancient Nord bow. Shit! I shouldn't have equipped a bow, should I? Glass bolts. Gotta re-equip my bolts now. You know, you never want to risk it with a... Yeah, I just told you. You never want to risk it. Death Lords everywhere. They're not supposed to be. They're actually supposed to be leveled, but oh shit! That thing hits like a truck. Yeah, this all makes up for the AI being pretty terrible. This fight was deliberately designed to be hard. I mean, if you're stealth archering, you can theoretically take out them all before they actually... They have got a staggered release. See, that's only a restless. But unless they're like the very easiest. Do I actually have anything useful to stop? Yes, I do. I have a tool. Oh lord. Go fight for me, bitch. Go fight for me, bitch, as he comes flying through. Was deliberately designed to be quite a difficult fight. You know, don't want you getting a good reward. I know I could use. LeChance, come on! Be useless! Be useless! Go, my ham boy! Go! My hammy friend! Ah, dink. Just don't equip yourself whenever you're knocked over, just think. Powers can only be used once a day. Oh, the bitch resurrects them. I mean, Kira is actually pretty useful. She does actually... Oh, fuck it. Where has it gone? There. At least I retrieved it. As long as you can retrieve it, it's not an issue, but if you don't see where it goes, that's when it becomes an issue. And of course, you've got to re-equip the bloody thing. That's the most annoying. I think he's gone. God, summons have no fucking range. Is my Dremora Lord dead already? Is he seriously dead already? And yes, that staff is custom, and yes, you can keep it. And it also drains the living crap out of your magicka as well. It was... I just wanted to play with a default, with generic magic effect. It's also a guaranteed insta-kill if you don't have 125 health. Because that's how much it does. It is designed to sort of punish you if you're a bit... you're not even supposed to see the final boss until you've beaten this one. Don't worry, she's described in lore as being unusually powerful. Hence why she's the High Priestess. So, they don't like the stairs. Just, for some reason, they do not like the stairs. I mean, the Draugr found a way up them, but... Here we go. Gotta take a key. You must take a key. See, they don't like using these stairs in battle. I don't know why. I mean, they're clearly capable of using them. We just saw it. But for some reason, they don't like using those stairs in battle. I mean, part of the reason I gave her shouts is so that specifically the dragon versions of the shouts is one, so you don't hear a blab off every 5 seconds about it, but also so she can actually have a ranged attack. I mean, she's old. She would. She would know the benefits of it. She wears that armor for a reason. It's not because it's modern. It's because it's old. And yes, the door is actually locked. What's the time? It's daylight. This is the one time where I'd actually say I prefer it at night, because it is just more thematic at night. You'll see when I go in. There we go. 10 o'clock should do it. Savey. In we go. Please tell me her animations are... No, her animations are still balked. For some reason, I don't know what it is. I think it's the way I've sort of got her to basically glue herself to the ground. It's for some reason her animations only work if you're in like this close proximity to her. And no, this is not like my other Dragonesses. This is one I've made myself using a purely vanilla asset. Did she just bite through the wall? Ow. Oh, I'm dead. Now, this whole fight. Now, part of the reason this fight's, she is freakishly strong. Now, you can see there's a bit of a safe spot up there. And there's a reason there's so many Dawnguard archers up there. Now, let's see them. She is freakishly strong, and yes, you do have to kill her. Well, this is a cheap piece of shit tactic. No, I'm gonna fight her properly. Yeah, you just can't go near her. Because sync killing. She is supposed to be freakishly strong. It's a dragon battle. You are supposed to use this shit. You're supposed to use this. I mean, if you are freakishly resistant... Oh yeah, and they have First Throw Dart to knock you off as well. Yeah. Again, it's a dragon battle, you're supposed to use shout. Although, because of the dodgy animations, you probably don't want to. And for some reason, she doesn't want to shout. And so, if for some reason, if the camera goes so far away from her, I don't know if it's just her or what it is. For some reason, if the camera goes so far away from her, animations glitch up. I'm gonna have to. Oh yeah, my crossbow is gone. It is not coming back. Oops. See what I mean? If you even if your camera goes far away from it. I see my crossbow is gone. I can't live without that. Well, you know, I don't know why, but for some reason around. Oh yeah, I forgot to shout. Sorry. Alright, that was a dumb one. No, but for some reason, her animations glitch out, and I don't know why. No, but there's a reason there's so many archers up here. It's basically so you have a supply of bows and arrows. Because they're all of them are archers. Again, they're not supposed to be super strong either. That's just like bad leveling. Blame them in a leveled list. I didn't make my own. And yes, I initially forgot to stick the lava on. Take that journal. That journal's there to lead you up here. Now. And it's not, as I said, for some reason her legs animate fine. I don't know if it's just a dodgy dragon thing or what. Because any dragon you try and summon just flies off, you know, if you console one in. Apart from that skeletal one. You know, apart from the skeletal one, they all fly off. So I can't figure out what keeps that thing grounded, because it's nothing in the race and it's nothing in the. I'll have to fix that at some point, because it does look janky. You better have read them, because she takes them off you.
Right behind you.
Of course. Both of these lead to the same dialogue. didn't think it was right to deprive him of. And no, there's no explanation why the journal was eaten, it was just there. Now, just as a quick demo, I'm just going to demonstrate at least. No, it's. Well, I'm just going. Oh, great! For some reason, it's stuck on. Fuck! That's really unnatural. 919. Oh god, 919. 2C. 1. Now you can see this one. Doesn't try and fly, and its animations don't glitch out. I might have to figure out what causes this thing to stay grounded. Okay, now just to prove that there is no. If you fall in the lava, that's it. You're gone. Even if you somehow miraculously survive, you are still dead if you fall in that lava because there's no way out of it. I did that on purpose. It's just that it's there to make sure you can't possibly. I say because there's nothing wrong with the mesh. And there's clearly nothing wrong with the mesh because she animates perfectly if you're close. And like the corpse hasn't locked up, has it? So if we let's just get to that corpse. More pause. More pause. Z. 100. That was the wrong thing. Is that the right color? Okay, let's just get. Fireballs always work, don't they? Icy spear, fireball there. Yes, as you can see, the fireballs always work on a dragon's corpse. Now we're well beyond the distance. So there's clearly nothing wrong with the mesh. I mean, there's clearly nothing wrong with the mesh because I can fireball it and it moves. So I'm a bit concerned that my mod paused something wrong. So I know it's running a bit late, but so clearly nothing wrong with the mesh because that's jiggling fine with Havoc. I've just never seen animations cut out after a distance. And it seems like if you went beyond a certain distance, combat ceased as well. I'm gonna have to look at that skeletal and see what's up with it, and see if I can't figure out what makes that not fly off, and see if I can't duplicate it on her. I kind of want to do that before release. I mean, now I've got to use another bloody fresh character to test it. Like, I mean, guess technically I could test it just by spawning a new copy of her. Actually, that's a question. Is it just a pre-placed one that has issues? And does she only have issues in the real world? And yes, all of these doors work. I made sure they were all hooked up. It was fucking tedious, but I did it. Because she can't fly, I rigged her not to. But yeah, so let's just go out onto Skyrim. Get my booty from the safe. I gotta put some money in there. Put money in safe. Money in the safe. Nah. Now, I'm just curious. You know, I'm not going to take them, it's just generic Dragonbone stuff, but lightweight. And the mesh on the female armor is different. You know, I decided to retain that functionality of the original. Now I'm just gonna save up. I'm not gonna finish the stream quite yet though. Now, Hero has a unique daily power. So, oh fuck. Come here. I'm just seeing if that is actually Kira first. Oh, the caps lock thing is getting on my... Yep, that's good. There's a Dragon out here, that's perfect. Because that should force it to use it. Assuming she doesn't prioritise other shit and there's enough space out here. Totally got mode on just to be sure. While not selecting Hero. Of course she doesn't want to summon it, does she? Because there's no fucking space, because more... I need a big open space with no trees, preferably an enemy of sorts. Finding an open I've seen her summon it before out here. It's got something to summon. Yeah, goblins, he should survive long enough. Of course, I think she's prioritising using long-range shouts first. Actually summon it, please. Maybe she already did. I'll put Repdu in it, she'll be fine. Oh, this is getting on my wick now. Sorry, I can't live with it. It's getting on my wick. Oh, it's back! No, it's back! Oh, this is getting on my wick. You know, if... No, I know she'll fly off immediately, so... Place at me. Magic. Shouts. Dragon round. Please tell me I hit her with that. I think I missed her. Great. I wanted to land to see if her animations lock Oh, no! Oh, there she goes! And that ass. Now, I'm just curious if her animations lock out at a distance as well. Okay, that's funny, hers don't. Which means one of two things. Either... Okay, so... It's still going. I don't know what's caused it to do that, but... 3B... Oh. 3... There, I missed a bloody number. Now, just... Yes, so it's something specific to her. Now, just check... help Dragon Race. Help... Oh god, find the actual race name. Promise I don't know bloody UESP. This is one. Yeah, if I put. Because the problem is, I need to know what a bloody race is. I don't want to know what bloody ID for each individual one is. I need to know what a bloody race ID is. I don't need to know fucking playable races. I want to know the bloody Dragon Race ID. Why is no one's... Why is the internet so fucking useless at times? Oh no, the that person that asked the question didn't get an answer. Ugh. Okay, this is literally just Dragon Race. Of course, I need to get in close proximity to make sure this works. Yeah, of course it stops changing race mid-fight. Of course is going to crash. That's the living crap out of it, because that's like a really dodgy thing to do. You should never use the set race command except to toggle between player races, and even then, never do it, because it is so dodgy. I'm going to have to look into that, but I know it could be that whoever's locking out the flies is what's locking it out. Because it's clearly not... Because, for all intents and purposes, apart from a script, because she has a summon script attached to her, and a slightly different outfit, she has a completely different colour, just in case the ghost effect stops working, which it is known to. So, apart from the... Basically, it's a different armour add-on, but using the same exact mesh, so clearly that's not the issue. The issue is clearly something to do with the flight lockout, so I'm going to have to look into that before release. So I wonder if that skeletal one takes off outside. I'm going to have to do some testing. Anyway, that is the end of the stream. Thank you for watching. Subscribe or donate if you want. Donation links in the description as per usual, as is a list of all past live streams. Goodbye! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cease.